Hello everyone, I am Naveen. I'm studying PGDIM in NITI College in Mumbai. So I want to talk about and sprinkle my thoughts on the importance of one very important course that we have studied during this module 1 of our start in the batch is the principles of organization management. Before even starting on the principles of organization management and its importance and what does it hold for an MBA student and also looking forward into the future, I like to start with the very famous saying in NITI, and that is being professed by Dr. Mandi, as we profoundly called him, Mr. T. Prasad, is socho, becho, becho, sikho, socho. So it is the one line that dwells into the principles of organizational management. So how does it start? It started with the first class that we had. I had an experience of 4 years working in an organization as big as and bear the name of Tata. I was coming out of the work was very excited about the first class. And how does the first class go? You come down, you take notes. No, it was not the way Dr. Mandi thought it would be. It was a very enticing moment, and when he came and showed one of the best videos that could anyone relate to the education system was the Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. Many of us have heard and loved Pink Floyd throughout our engineering. As they say, engineering is never complete without Pink Floyd, and NITI is all consists of engineers. So this another brick in the wall. So what does it hold for an education system? It talks about the traditional education system that is making and putting up another brick in the wall. It is a quantitative measure. It is not a qualitative measure. It doesn't allow people to think beyond the book textbook. So it started with a very integrating thought of whether we are going to become another brick in the wall or we are going to think beyond the obvious. So it started with Socho, Becho, Becho, Sikho, Socho. The line for the famous event in NITI, that is Mandi. It's a brainchild of Dr. T. Prasad, wherein we use the concept of marketing skill to understand about the POM, that is Principal Organization Management, and various things. He has this saying that when we come here, we have an opportunity cost involved. So this opportunity cost involved whether we were working so we could have earned that money and we are paying some amount of fees here, 2 years of we are investing. So how do we get out of it? How do we become entrepreneurs? That is the basic line. So he has this famous saying, and we have this to our heart is "Aaj ki roti aaj hi kamayenge." That means that we will earn the bread and butter today itself. Will not be a liability on anyone, may it be our family or friends or anyone. So that is it started off really well. We started with this Pink Floyd, and then this "Aaj ki roti aaj hi kamayenge" and other stuffs that challenge the class for a very enticing and intriguing principles of organization management course. So this was about the first class, how it started. Then we went on to various activities. Or it was never a book-based course. It was always an activity-based course, and I really thank Professor Mandi for it. There was the second exercise that did was a tower building exercise. It was about all about the Edward Locke's goal setting theory. So wherein he talks about setting up the right goals under the disguise of SMART goals, that is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So what does a tower building exercise? We had a prior experience that last year the students of last year batch had made a tower with building blocks of 16 blocks. So the height of the tower was 16 blocks height. So we had an attainable and a realizable goal of beating them and making a 17 blocks tower. So what does it holds? It holds that there were three workers. One was a line manager who was actually involved in doing the work and achieving that goal. One was a middle manager who was there to guide him throughout the process, and one was the top management who was overlooking and providing specific inputs. It talks about how the management works and goes into an organization. We had a particular goal, we had a vision, we had a mission, and how to achieve that vision and mission was actually what was happening on the floor. We were able to make 17 block tower in a record time of one class, that was around 45 minutes. That was another feather in the cap for the section that we performed such brilliantly well. So after the tower building exercise, there was one thing that break even point came where we started talking about blocks blogs on class learning. So we started building blogs. Blogs contains about the learning and the activities that we have done. Like we have done the tower building activity today. So we go back, drill down the thoughts, put them, pen them down, and make it open for everyone to understand, evaluate, then criticize in a positive way. So it was posted on the social networking site. You can follow my blog on www.nittyim19b.blogspot.com. So I'll put up a link at the end of the video so that you can directly click on it and go. So we talked about the entrepreneurship. Entrepreneur is a one person who takes up a particular opportunity and create money out of it. We had an opportunity to study Khan Academy. Khan Academy is a is an academy by a guy called Salman Khan. It's an excellence and innovation champion. He used the internet for the dissemination of knowledge. He made a 10-minute video of around 4,000 topics that are put up there for the school going children to learn and ask doubt when they were ashamed of doing that same in the class. Such a revolution we were able to study them and put them in my blog. That's there in my blog also. So there were the blog on management aspect and the cultural aspect of company we were part of. I was part of the Tata Motors. We had a working relationship of 4 years, wherein I have realized that there was a certain managerial aspect to it, and there was an underlying culture, the values, the imbibed values, the artifacts and everything of organizational culture that we were a part of. So we talked about, we gelled down the thoughts, we wrote it down in the blog about the organization culture of Tata Motors also. Then we had a very interesting team building exercise. That was a valley crossing. It was on the structuring how a team progresses. So there are two theories that were adopted. There was a theory X and there was a theory Y. The theory X believes that no worker wants to work and they have to coexist every time to get the work done. While theory Y is a participative management theory, when the manager thinks that he is able to imbibe the value and people will learn, people will work, and they see it as an opportunity to perform. So it was a valley crossing where there were three workers, they had a log of wood and they had to cross a valley. The work was divided among the discoverer, the follower, and the follower. So it was a very good exercise. We came back, we wrote down blogs on it and our learning, and that was very well appreciated. There was a team excellence model that was involved. In order to excel as a team, you have to have the best worker, but you have to have a culture that acts as a spine and connects all of them. There were there were various topics that were connected to work planning, authority planning, planning and control. There was one very creative problem solving. That was removing the ring from a particular tie. It was an educational toy wherein the ring was there and among various other artifacts, and we have to bring it out. It involved the creation of problem definition and assessing of the alternatives and problem solution. It was a very structured exercise. We came back, we decided that yes, this was one of the best things that we could have done, and we thank Dr. Mandi for it. And then there was an we could learn about in textbooks and in Stoner, that is the Principles of Organized Management book, that there was an Hawthorne effect. It was a study that was done, and we could relate it to the lighting condition, the effect of it on us. Then there was a decision making problems, how we were a part of it, how we realized that yes, we were good and we were able to take decisions. Now coming on to the importance of principles of organizational management and looking forward to it, what we have done, that principles of organizational management is about knowing about the fact, the figures, and about what organization management is all about, the organization structure, the decision making problem, the decision making theories, the theory X, theory Y, and etc. that was taught along with the activities that was performed. I think it's a very important course in the life of an MBA student to know about how an organization works and how we can use the same for it. I would like to especially mention the thanks to Professor T. Prasad, very fondly known as Dr. Mandi, for giving us an opportunity and making our learning so eventful. Thank you very much. This is Naveen Tiwari. I am 19 batch, section B, signing off. Have a nice day.